It was Cavite College of Fisheries that first lighted the torch of knowledge to guide the sons and daughters of Naic fisherfolks towards attaining basic secondary education. But after 4 years in high school, they dreaded the onset of dusk. The ladder of hope that would take them to practice the noblest profession of all is soon to be swept away by the sea waves. They were confined in the narrow path that leads to the crossroads of taking Bachelor of Science in Fisheries, a course not dictated by their heart, or take their dream BS education course in a local private college. Traverse the distant Cavite City route where two prestigious Catholic schools are found, or go the distance of more than 47 kilometers to reach the Manila universities, all of which only the privileged can afford. But the sun did not completely set as the campus by the bay. Instead, it spread the radiant rays of hope for them to fulfill their ambition. Their dream began in 1961, became the mission of then CCF school superintendent, who now steers the wheel of Cavite State University, the fast and furious university president, Dr. Hernando D. Robles, who himself is an alumnus of CCF. He was ably supported by the former vocational instruction supervisor and later director of curriculum and instruction, Mrs. Iluminada B. Cachuela. After 35 years of long wait, in 1997, Cavite College of Fisheries welcomed its first batch of BSEd students. The graph shows the enrollment and graduates for the last 7 years. In February of 2001, Cavite College of Fisheries was integrated to CvSU system, opening new opportunities for BSEd. Since then, it attracted students from nearby towns including Tanza, Maragondon, Ternate, Magallanes, and General Emilio Aguinaldo. In June 2009, the BSEd curriculum passed Level 1 accredited status and Level 2 accredited status in 2012. Being persistent, the program passed Level 3 Phase 1 status granted by the AACUP in November 2018. Let us present to you the achievers who are now the arms of their alma mater in upholding the university's tenets of truth, excellence, and service. They have proven themselves to be globally competitive and morally upright products of CvSU Naic. Our magna cum laude graduate, Ms. Elizabeth Soriano.
I'm Elizabeth A. Soriano. I enrolled in Cavite State University Naic in 2006 and graduated 2010 with degree of Bachelor of Secondary Education. I chose Cavite State University Naic because of its proximity to our residence. It was my brother's school, and most especially because of its affordability of the tuition. And presently, I'm a senior high school teacher, the subject group head of the languages department, and the senior high school research coordinator. Cavite State University Naic has equipped me with necessary skills, competencies, and overview of the real life. After my graduation, I managed to pass the licensure examination for teachers. During my graduate and postgraduate studies, I believe that I competitively represent the university in national conferences and as Philippine delegates in international conferences.
Those who made their mark in global education include Mr. Frank Linayaw and Mr. Rodolfo Abad.
Good morning. Welcome to the UAE and welcome to my school, the Gulf International Private Academy. Currently, I am the English teacher of the grade 10 girls. It's not about intelligence, it's not about what you know, it's about adaptability. And that's what I learned from my former professors in CvSU Naic, Mrs. Maria Pilar Correo and Mrs. Jocelyn Galang. You have to be resilient, you have to be adaptable, and you have to hustle here, not being emotional, and you have to learn at the same time. So being a global teacher means a lot, especially learning from my professors.
Po si Rodolfo Abad. Gumraduate ako ng Cavite State University Naic campus. Ngayon nagtuturo na ngayon ako dito sa Canada, dito sa Edmonton. Malaki rin ang focus sa technology. Naging successful ako dito as a teacher dahil na rin sa sa zeal at saka sa kung ano yung spirit na meron dyan sa CvSU na nadala ko hanggang dito. At saka malaki din ang tulong din ng support ng lahat ng mga tao na nandyan para maging kami effective teachers kahit saan kami nandoon.
And Miss Jenelisa Encarnacion taught in Philippine International School in Qatar in 2014 up to 2017. In 2017, she moved to DR International Private School in Fujairah, UAE, where she was promoted as Safety Assistant Officer. Sharing of best educational practices is extended to our neighboring country through student exchange program by means of practice teaching. Here is Jitbunya Wongnum from Valaya Alangkorn Rajabat University in Pattaya, Thailand.
Sawadika. Hi everyone, I'm May. I had an opportunity to go the Naic school. I went there to teach students. I teach mathematics, grade 2. I cannot tell you about the students there. They are so very, I think they are so very cute because they are good students. When I was teaching, they listen to me. Intend to listen to me and concentrate to learn, and always participate in the lesson. When I speak, when I tell the knowledge, they look like, oh teacher, like this. And when they wonder, they hands up and ask me. That make me feel like I am a teacher.
Let us share to you our own formula in shaping our graduates. This starts during the orientation program, where the university mission, vision, goals and tenets, as well as the program goals and objectives are inculcated in their minds. The BSEd program adheres to policy standard to enhance quality assurance in the Philippine higher education through the use of outcome-based education or OBE syllabus that ensures quality learning as suggested by CMO 75 series of 2017. Our student gets to represent and win as champions in various contests in line with education hosted by the Philippine Association for Teachers and Educators or PAFTE. These are some of the innovative teaching strategies and interactive channels we use. Blended learning via Google Classroom, ZipGrade, Powtoon, Kahoot, Prezi, among others. Experiential learning and instruction is enjoyed in field study and practice teaching, where students observe and blend in with the actual classroom activities and school setup. Cooperating schools have only uplifting and heartwarming feedback. In fact, many of our graduates are now members of their own faculty. Statistics shows that for the last 7 years, from March 2012 to March 2019, our BSEd first-time licensure examination for teacher takers hold a record high of 18.39%. This figure is always higher than the national passing rate. There's a saying that behind a great teacher are great mentors. Guiding and empowering the BSEd students is a powerhouse of mentors who possess desirable personal qualities and high level of professionalism. Teacher Education Department has a total of 23 regular faculty members. 39 are candidates for Master of Arts or Master of Science degree. 13% are holders of master's degree. 30% are candidates for EDD or PhD degree. 17% are doctors of education or doctors of philosophy. To support the faculty's further education, the University Faculty Development Programs, or FSDO, Department of Science and Technology, and Commission on Higher Education grant scholarships to qualified faculty. As educators, we continually aspire to develop ourselves professionally to better serve the institution and our stakeholders through attending seminars, workshops, and trainings in local, national, and international level. Professor Lumalinda J. Flores attended the International Training on Application of Multimedia Technology for E-Education in Okinawa, Japan, from January to April 2006. Professor Maria Lourdes D. Guerrero served as a trainer during the PSU In-Service Faculty Training for the new General Education Core course, Science, Technology, and Society from May 17 to May 25, 2018 at the Palawan State University main campus. What we owe from the university, we give back 100-folds. The expertise we gained are returned as service by performing strategic functions. To fully comprehend this context, faculty and students should constantly engage into research activities to address the different issues and concerns of the teaching and learning process, leading in the upliftment of educational process as a whole. Research undertaking of the department is anchored in the Harmonized National Research and Development Agenda, University Research Thematic Areas, and Program Objectives. The Teacher Education Department intends to accomplish the following objectives related to research. Conduct relevant researches in the different areas in education to enrich the learning process. Further the discovery and improvement of knowledge through research. The conduct of all researches is based on the university's research operational frameworks. In establishing research culture in the campus, faculty researchers are continuously working on research activities as manifested in their completed, ongoing, and proposal papers. The Teacher Education Department were active in producing research outputs. The total of 30 research papers were produced from year 2013 to present. 9 were published in international refereed journals and 1 in National Refereed Journal. Research outputs were widely disseminated through paper presentations. 10 papers were presented in various international research fora, 4 papers in National Research Convention, and 5 and 11 papers were respectively presented in local and institutional research gatherings. Research outputs were disseminated through presentations in national and international research fora. Professor Maria Leonora D. Guerrero, during the presentation of paper entitled Gender Second Language Tolerance of Ambiguity of Grade 9 ESL Learners, which she co-authored with her BSEd students during the 7th Open TESOL International Conference of Ho Chi Minh Open University in Vietnam. Dr. Lea C. Navarro was awarded as Best Presenter in Education with her paper, Otoscopy in Micro-Teaching Using Video Recording as Perceived by Pre-Service Teachers. Dr. Ligaya P. Anchojo presented her research, Performance of Education Graduates of Cavite State University Naic in Licensure Examination for Teacher. Professor Maria Leonora D. Guerrero, together with her co-authors, Professor Maria Lourdes D. Guerrero and Professor John Saver B. Nepomuceno, presented the research paper, Impact of Remedial Instruction on Rhyme Recognition among First Grade ESL Students at University of the Sacred Heart, Tokyo, Japan. Dr. Ligaya P. Anchojo, Professor Elvira V. Belleza, and Dr. Lea C. Navarro presented their respective research papers in Dubai, UAE. Research outcomes of the department are mostly for the improvements of teaching and learning processes, as well as the well-being of faculty and students. Some produced IEC materials and softwares. Data gathered were used to produce IEC material on Guide to Successful College Life for Working Students.
I am R.G. Pailog from Cavite State University Naic campus under the Bachelor of Science Information Technology Department. Isang malaking tulong sa aking values and insight information yung mga turo galing sa life coaching ni Mrs. Phil Correo para ma-enhance yung sarili ko, yung mentality from being a negative person turns to optimistic person. Isang malaking bagay ito para maihanda yung sarili ko at makatapos sa aking kursong napili, and also to enhance my skills when it comes to the real world. Isang malaking bagay na naging professor ko si Mrs. Phil Correo dahil malaking factor yun na tulong niya sa akin para maihanda ko yung sarili ko sa magiging future ko para maging successful at matapos tong kurso na napili ko.
Baseline data was used for production of IEC materials for understanding climate change.
For me as a student, it is not new. This knowledge about climate change give another ignite to make a step and make a move on how it will affect humanity, the environment, and the world. Through this knowledge, we can voice it out to our youth. Our generation is a product of our previous innovations, and it is not hard for us to provide what is lacking and to sustain what is preserved. We can promote easier, we can do even more, and we can save what from the past did not. Philippines is one of the most countries with the abundant natural resources. Initiatives will start from us. Let's do something. Do and apply the researches about the environment like water conservation, habitat rehabilitation, and also empowering community institutions. It is now, so we must. Thank you.
Software produced was adopted and utilized by the faculty members. It was approved by the Administrative Council to become the template for classroom use in the campus.
Good day. This is Bernadette Gutierrez from Management Department of CvSU Naic. The e-class record is a brilliant idea because it is user-friendly and time-saving. And also, I would like to congratulate Dr. June Gutierrez for developing it.
Some of faculty research presentation and papers were given awards and recognition. Research outputs of TED faculty members were published in national and international peer-reviewed journals. To sustain the established research culture in the campus, Research Development and Extension Services Office conducts the biannual in-house review for completed, ongoing, and proposal papers of faculty and students. We at Teacher Education Department put words into action. We at Teachers Education Department converts findings into service and extend to its community. In line with the VMGO of the University and Campus Extension Units, CvSU Naic drafted an extension proposal entitled Baybaying Tagapag-angat ng Kabuhayan, also known as Batangan, which was approved by the Board of Regents through Resolution Number 11, Series of 2015. Batangan serves as an umbrella of extension projects of the different departments of CvSU Naic, to which Teacher Education Department's phonological awareness for young children is part and parcel of. This extension project is spearheaded by no less than the campus administrator and the project's main proponent, Professor John Xavier B. Nepomuceno, together with two TED faculty, namely Professors Maria Leonora D. Guerrero and Maria Lourdes D. Guerrero. It aimed to improve the phonological awareness of early grade students in nearby public elementary schools. Two memoranda of agreement between Cavite State University Naic and Bocana and Bangkaan Elementary Schools, respectively, were inked relevant to this project. Testimonials from the two beneficiaries are the evidences of how far this project has gone.
This is Mrs. Benedicta E. Mercado, the principal of Bocana Elementary School, where the CvSU, the Cavite State University, conducted a project called Phonological Awareness Program. I would say na happy kami dito sa school kasi mayroong ganitong project na lubos na nakatulong sa school as a whole. So, based on my interview from the parents, sinabi nila sa akin na yung natutunan nila ay ina-apply nila sa mga bata kasi I checked them kung ina-apply nyo ba, and then they said na yes. At tapos ay natuto rin sila with all their smiles na Kaya talagang kami ay very thankful na kami ang napili ninyo as the recipient of your project, no? Dahil talagang nakatulong maging sa mga teachers dahil hindi sila masyadong nahirapan kung paano mapapatuto ang mga bata, especially in reading.
Ako po si Romeo Sadina Sr., isang grandparent na sa isang grade 1 student. Ako po ay masyadong nasiyahan sa programa ng CvSU. Sa pagturo ko sa akin nga po, minsan naman sila ay insaktong nagbibigkas na natutunan nila kung naiayos kung ano ang tamang salita. Kung halimbawa magpapatuloy pa ang programa ng CvSU, ako gustong-gusto ko rin ulit na sumali dahil malaking bagay po ito sa aking apo. Natuto kung paano ibigkas ang tamang salita. Maraming salamat po.
Apart from the phonological awareness program, the Teacher Education Department shows its seriousness in extending community service with another extension program called Tawid Karunungan para sa Pamayanan, a tutorial service focusing to the beneficiaries of Pantawid Pamilya sa Pamayanan program, or 4Ps. Tawid Karunungan para sa Pamayanan is a functional literacy program offered to students who have difficulty in academic subjects. Its goal is to provide students with the opportunity to master the subject content needed to progress in the subject that can improve their grades, particularly in English, math, and science. In fact, the program has gone through several preparations and activities like MOA signing, conduct of assessment test, orientation program for 4Ps beneficiaries, and coordination with the public secondary school principals. The program is set for its full implementation next year. We at the Teacher Education Department take pride in having the power to give birth to young educators from year after year by having future plans in strengthening our program, such as establishment of state-of-the-art classrooms and laboratory rooms, increasing percentage of BLET passers, producing LET top-notchers, increasing the educational profile of TED faculty to at least 50% PhD EDD holders, and recognition of BSEd program as center of development. We take pride by making fresh tabula rasas into minds and hearts filled with truth, service, and excellence, the trademark of a true CvSUeño. Yes, the teaching profession neither gives material wealth nor the power of kings and queens, but our kingdom is the noblest kingdom of all. It is called the classroom. Our presentation is just a glimpse of the whole picture, from a humble wish to a realized dream of children from marginalized families. That is to practice the noblest profession of all, teaching. Ladies and gentlemen, allow us to say with pride that no sunset is ever gloomy because at CvSU Naic, the sun always rises. At the Teacher Education Department, we work as one to bring the quality of life that every noble Filipino deserves, and we shall do it in our own special way. This is a promise we shall keep in the name of our former teachers whose youth, might, and life were consumed all for the glory of education. At CvSU Naic, where the sun meets the sea, the torch of knowledge shines for you and me, to guide our voyage for a better future and live a life with pride and dignity. Mabuhay ang BSEd, mabuhay ang TED, mabuhay ang CvSU Naic. Maraming salamat po.